what if I'm not able to make it this year as well? That you are not able to talk this out with your parents because somewhere or the other at the back of your mind you know that you are the one who have asked for this attempt, right? I know that you have studied more and you're better prepared this year, and yet you're feeling disproportionately stressed, right? If you are a dropper, I am sure you're feeling like this right now. I was a dropper myself, and I wholeheartedly wish that in this phase of NEET preparation, that is in the last 15-20 days, somebody would have sat down with me and talked this out. This is so because this is not just about the exam anymore. I absolutely agree that there is a NEET exam pressure that you are facing, but apart from that, you can't deny the fact that at the back of your mind, you are somewhere trying to prove something to someone. And it naturally comes, and there's nothing wrong with it. Maybe to your family, to your friends, or the people who have questioned your worth with your increasing attempts. Last year there was uncertainty, but there was also hope. And this year there is uncertainty definitely, but somewhere or the other the hope fades away with increasing attempts. And I absolutely get it. And in that place of hope, there's added pressure. See, if I tell you all to relax for a bit, close your eyes, sit down, then there will be a voice in your mind that will ask you constantly, what if I'm not able to make it this year as well? But the problem lies here that this pressure that you're facing is not a constructive pressure. It actually leads you unknowingly to a vicious cycle. Like, for instance, you're coming home after giving an exam, then you're analyzing your marks, and then maybe somewhere someday the marks is not up to the mark, right? And then you start thinking about what have I done wrong and whether my selection will happen or not, and then you're sad, you start crying, and then waste the time that is allotted for the preparation of the next exam. And automatically in the next exam also you're underperforming, and this becomes a vicious cycle, and I'm sure many of you are already in this. And I understand the hardest part about this vicious cycle, that you are not able to talk this out with your parents because somewhere or the other at the back of your mind you know that you are the one who have asked for this attempt, right? So now it feels like you need to stay strong even when you're not. So that is why the pressure feels different. Not because it's scary, but because it's suffocating and heavy and you're not able to vent this out. Now, before giving you practical tips that you could follow for the next 20 or 15 days that are left for NEET, I want to tell you all something. I want all of you watching this to take a moment to actually praise yourself, to praise the courage you had for taking another drop in spite of facing that 2025 question paper of NEET. That is not a fact to let go. You should be well aware that you are already someone who is extremely strong when you could make such a decision to reappear for an exam, which kind of broke you last year. So with this, I want to give you a few practical tips which you can incorporate in your daily routine, which through my personal experience, I can tell you that these are going to help you a lot in coming out of that vicious cycle which you all must be already in. So the first thing that you need to do is treat this like a fresh attempt. For the next 20 days which are left, let go of the baggages of your past attempts, please. So, a few days back I was scrolling Instagram and I happened to stumble upon a quote in which a girl was saying that कि कुछ नहीं करोगे तो कुछ नहीं होगा, obviously. But करके ही देखो ना, क्या पता हो जाए, because ऐसे ही कुछ नहीं होने वाला था, because you are not going to do anything, right? But करके देखो तो क्या पता हो जाए, है ना? So I think this should be the lesson for you for the next 20 days कि give your 100% and see what happens. Because अगर नहीं करोगे तो नहीं होगा, right? करके देखो, क्या पता हो जाए. So give your absolute best every single day from today so that you don't have any regret about the last few days of NEET, which matters the most in the preparation journey. Okay? Now next, through this, I'd like to emphasize on the fact that you need to learn to control your day and not the result or the NEET examination day. Rather control today, tomorrow, the day after. Wake up, set a routine. Take a blank paper and write all the tasks that you wish to complete today. And there should be adequate gaps between your studying hours. You are a human and treat yourself like a human. I know NEET exam is approaching, but that does not mean that you will just study and study. Because a tired mind can imbibe nothing. So there's no point in just continuously studying and being able to retain nothing. Better is you study in short intervals and in between that take breaks and then again recharge yourself and sit to study. Always remember that small consistent days, small consistent wins gives you a longer sustainability than big stressful plans. So always take small steps. Small steps also take people to the same destination. There is no extra point for leaping. The third point that I'd like to talk about is don't attach your identity to mock scores. If today you appear for an examination and somehow happen to underperform, please don't think that that is how your NEET exam day is going to go. No, you have 20 more days. And in those days, when you revise, re revise, you will eventually gather immaculate ability to recall in your examination. And this same paper is not going to come for your NEET examination. Do what is in your hands. You can sit down, analyze, and put your wrongdoings in your mistake notebook so that right before the examination, you get the opportunity to see what you have done wrong throughout your preparation. And that is what matters. See, mock test is named mock, it's a dummy exam. It is not your real exam. So don't behave like you have already given your NEET examination and everything is shattered after a mock test. No. You took that test so you could analyze yourself and see where you're going wrong. It is just a part of the preparation, it is not the end point. Today, you can have a bad mock and still get a government seat at the end of this path, okay? And lastly, please protect your mental peace. You need to be okay both physically and mentally. You should take proper rest and eat good food and take breaks for your physical health, right? But mentally, you should be guilt free. For this, please avoid unnecessary comparison and reduce the background chaos. You do not need to ask anyone how their preparation is going, how they are scoring. No, no need. You are at your own pace and you will also reach the same destination. Just make sure not even a single day goes to waste from today. Right now, standing today, it might feel that everything of your life depends on this examination, but no, it is just a part of life. Whatever be the result, your life will go on and will go on in a track it is meant to be. And years later, someday, you will sit back and think that you were carrying so much alone in this phase, and you will be proud of yourself that day. So give yourself credit. Every day after you complete your daily target, consider that you have won today. Praise yourself for the same and march forward towards NEET. I'm so sure that everything will turn out as it is supposed to be. All the very best.